The gun, the motor, it's crazy cool. It's mainly for taking out enemy personnel.
Seasons are changing fast in Ukraine. It still felt like summer a few weeks ago when we met the 44th Brigade to see what they had in stock for the brutal winter ahead. So lo and behold, this is the Leopard 1A5, one of the many German tanks given by the Bundeswehr to Ukraine. It's getting used apparently every day. Its velocity, its accuracy actually changed and was a game changer on the war. Unfortunately, not during the counteroffensive, but it's still being used today in the Kharkiv direction. The 44th has to use the vehicle for its accuracy without exposing it to intense enemy fire. In this configuration, the Leopard 1A5 can function as a heavy mobile cannon targeting trenches and bunkers. Sinok, the crew commander, has always dreamed of being a tankist since he played World of Tanks. Now he gets to be a real one on a battlefield, driving Leopard 1A5.
It's mainly for taking out enemy personnel. We can hit them from long range and up close when needed.
It's also fast for a tank, which makes this brigade especially mobile when confronting the Russian army.
We drove it at about 60 kilometers per hour. It's pretty fast, and it gains speed very quickly.
So we're inside the tank. It's, I have to say, pretty tight. And I can only imagine when the missions are long, how does it feel to be inside it, especially when you're shooting at Russians.
Yeah, you're always wondering what's next. But it fades the closer you get to where you'll be working. And once you're done, a feeling of euphoria takes over.
In the 44th Brigade, Leopard 1 tankers don't work alone. Self-propelled mortar guns like this Rak are never far. Faster than tanks, they can easily maneuver on the battlefield. So, as you can see behind me, this big baby is a Rak. It's a Polish-made mortar gun, 120mm gun. So, just so you understand the scale of it, I'm roughly 180, 185, and if I do that, this big baby, I'm basically the start of this mortar gun is at my size. The M20 Rak is a self-propelled wheeled gun mortar. It has a rate of fire of 6 to 8 rounds per minute, can load 46 rounds and a firing range of up to 12 kilometers. The only thing the crew is missing is more ammunition. This vehicle is mostly about speed, about safety, because these doors can close super fast to protect the soldiers, even when it's hit by Russian artillery.
It looks like it's fairly fast, remarkably, so to speak, discreet for what it is.
Despite a weight of 24 tons, the Rak can get rolling in 15 seconds and only take 30 seconds to be ready to fire.
The gun, the motor, it's crazy cool. The speed too. We usually drive it at around 80 kilometers. But when things get crazy, even faster. At that point, you don't look at the speed anymore. You must drive as fast as possible.
Poland announced in April last year that it would send at least 24 of these to Ukraine, for which the crew is grateful.
I'm going to show us the Polish Rozomak, also, which translates as Wolverine. Quite a good name, I want to say, for an APC. 8-wheeled, normally can transport up to 8 people. And they're going to tell us more about why it's useful on the battlefield.
The Rozomak's asset is its discretion.
It's quiet, fast, and most importantly quiet. When you drive to positions, no one hears you.
Karas commands one of them here. He's been fighting for 6 months in this area.
It's difficult on all fronts. For them, their people are expendable, cannon fodder. They throw them in over and over. But we see things differently. We believe we're human beings. It's for this humanity that we're here, fighting, to remain human.
The Rozomak was first deployed in Polish-led operations in Iraq and Afghanistan, as well as NATO and EU-led missions in the Balkans. The 44th only has a few infantry vehicles. Thanks to these, the guys managed to hold the line against Russia's mid-grinder tactics so far. This is not enough for a major counteroffensive to break Russia's defense in the region, let alone take the upper hand for this winter, one of the toughest they'll face.
You can never have too many. The more, the better. The more of these vehicles, Bradleys, the other Western ones, whatever our partners can supply us, the closer we'll be to victory.